And welcome here to TalkFCB, and welcome back to the channel here today, guys, for a full Barça news roundup ahead of the weekend, because we are going to be discussing Saturday's crucial game against Girona in La Liga, along with, though, the very latest transfer rumours. We're going to be talking about Dani Olmo, about Xavi Simons, and also about Kimmich. It is all on the way, so let's do this. But I want to start by saying a big thank you indeed for the super thanks coming in from New Jersey. And there's a great point made here about the Vitor Roque situation, basically comparing it to the patience that Real Madrid had after they spent big money on the likes of Rodrigo, and especially Vinicius, who took several seasons to become the player that he is now. And I think Barça definitely should be looking to learn a lot from that. But if we do indeed focus here on Saturday's game against Girona, which is a big one, we enter here the final 5 games of the season in La Liga. We've got Girona, then Real Sociedad. That's going to be a tricky clash there. Almeria, Rayo Vallecano and Sevilla. And the comparison there is with Girona, who also have a few tricky encounters there on their side, which is why this game is so pivotal right here in the battle for second place in La Liga. Now look, guys, I know this isn't what we wanted. It's not the battle that we hope to have at the very end of this season. We don't want to be battling out for second, but the reality is it's important for the club to finish as the runner-up rather than third place, simply for financial reasons this season. That's always in the back of our minds. So it is certainly an important game this Saturday. And I've got to say, though, it is incredible for me that Girona will be playing Champions League football next season. I mean, the way they've been able to sustain their level, such a high level under Michel for the whole season, it has been incredible. Full credit there to them. And without a doubt, one of the driving forces behind their incredible season has been Artemi Dovbyk. What a striker this man is. Every single time that I watch him, he just impresses me there. Defences cannot handle him, and he is leading the race right now in La Liga for the Pichichi. 19 goals from him. But you will also notice Robert Lewandowski has entered the conversation. His hat-trick against Valencia has pushed him up there onto 16 goals, only 3 away now from Dovbyk, and it is reported that Lewandowski is really motivated to go and get this Pichichi. He wants to be the top goal scorer in the league once again, and he would like to be involved in all of the final games of the season in order to achieve that feat. However, one thing that we do have to bear in mind on that Lewandowski wish is that if Lewandowski this season surpasses 25 goals, Barca will have to pay Bayern Munich 1.2 million euros there, because there is a clause inserted into that deal which, when we signed him, said that every season that Lewandowski surpasses 25 goals at Barca, we must pay Bayern 1.2 million. Now, right now, he's on 23 goals this season, and I would expect him to start again on Saturday. He may even score once again. Barca are going to go really strong in this game, but if we can get the win against Girona, if we can sort of try to cement that second place, I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens beyond that there, with Barca really trying to look after every single euro right now. Will Lewandowski get his wish to keep being involved in every game? But there have been plenty of big transfer reports as well emerging over the past few days or so, and I want to start here by talking about Dani Olmo, because there were big reports yesterday that Barca have already made contacts there with Dani Olmo's agent ahead of the summer and a potential move for him, and that there got a lot of Barca fans talking about, do we need him? How much are we going to have to spend on him? Is he worth the money? Because, I mean, we know Xavi really likes Dani Olmo. That is absolutely no secret there, and he likes him as a winger to come in at Barca. And obviously, he's not an out-and-out winger. He's not somebody there who's a natural wide player, but he can come inside from that left wing, and that is something that Xavi would really like to see happen. And he's somebody that we have, of course, been linked to before. We've been tracking his progress ever since he left the club. But what I want to say about Olmo is he's got a 60 million euro release clause this summer, and apparently RB Leipzig there, they are unwilling to negotiate on that clause. If he's going to leave, it's going to be for 60 million and no less. And if that's the case, guys, surely there's nothing to discuss here. Surely we're not going to be talking any further here and looking any deeper into this Dani Olmo deal, because yeah, he's a good player. He's somebody there that can come in and have some sort of impact at Barca. He does have quality, no doubt about that, but there's no chance in my mind here that we should be spending 60 million euros on him, not in our financial situation, and I don't believe that it will happen, because many people have also made the point they're thinking about Olmo, thinking about that price tag, but actually for less money than that you could easily go this summer and just go and sign Nico Williams from Athletic Club. His release clause is less than that there at 50 million euros. He is of course younger than Dani Olmo as well. He's a very different kind of winger. He's a lot more dynamic. He's an out and out natural wide player there that can really hurt you 1 versus 1, and he can play on both sides as well. Now for me, he would be not only the more exciting option, but a better use of that money. Certainly they're a better investment in terms of the player, but again guys, I'm not really sure that's a route Barca will go down either this summer. But I think it's also worth mentioning another player at RB Leipzig right now, because I think we've also got to talk about Xavi Simons, because we have started to hear just a few rumours emerging in the media about him, and again Barca, they're very aware of him, somebody who again left the club many years ago when he was such a young player there. Xavi does like Xavi. That is something I've always wanted to say. Xavi likes Xavi. And the thing about this is, he's really starting now, Xavi Simons, to deliver on all of that hype that we heard. When he was such a young player coming through the Barca Academy, so much attention was on him, and now he is starting to deliver upon that. He's had an outstanding season in Germany. He's a massive talent in the game right now, still only 21 years old, and apparently he would be open to returning to Barca. What's the problem then? Well, he's only on loan at RB Leipzig, and he is on loan from Paris Saint-Germain, where he has a contract until 2027. So again here, guys, any deal for him, it's unlikely. We really struggle to do any business with PSG. Certainly they're buying players from them. It just doesn't really happen. Barca don't really have the facilities, the capabilities to do that. And I think right here, again, Xavi Simons, he's a player the club likes. I think he's an outstanding young player right now in the game, and I think he would come back. But it will be tough. Any deal from PSG, it's tough for us. However, guys, let's talk about a deal that might actually happen, about a direction here that Barca might actually be heading in. Joshua Kimmich is on the agenda, because again we're starting to hear now these rumours really pick up and ramp up again. It seems as though Kimmich is going to be one of the leading candidates when it comes to that world-class pivot signing that we're looking for this summer, and right now within the club it's apparently said they see him as more likely than Martin Zubimendi from Real Sociedad, because he's somebody there who seems quite keen to stay at Real Sociedad, and therefore he would also be very, very expensive for Barca, and they see Kimmich right now as a more viable option. And we know that Kimmich's contract expires at Bayern in 2025, which means there might be pressure on Bayern to sell this summer. There might be there a real willingness for them to get something for him, given that he could leave for free in just 1 year's time. That will be in their mind. And look guys, Kimmich is a world-class player, no question about that. He's somebody that over the years I've really admired, really looked at and thought, okay, he would be perfect for Barca. And I do actually believe this is a signing that is on the cards. I believe here that he would come to Barca. I believe here that we could find a way to make it happen. We've done a deal from Bayern before, but I've said it before on this, as a single pivot though, if that's what we're looking for, a single pivot, somebody there that can operate in that position on their own, Kimmich, again, is not that kind of player. And I think that's the one concern for me right now. When we're talking about pivots, when we're talking about Xavi getting what he wants, getting what he needs for his team, what is that? Because if it's a single pivot that we're looking for, again, he's just not that guy. He's not really going to be able to excel in that role. It's not a role that he plays very regularly. And I just hope there's a plan here with Kimmich. I hope here that we're not just going after the big name, because he is a big name. He is a big player. He is a quality player. But we need to have a plan for him. We need to think, okay, if we bring him in, where's he going to be? Where's he going to play? Where's he going to fit into that system? And I just don't want to see him come in here and we just expect him to start becoming a single pivot. You think, okay, he's got quality, he's got ability, so he'll work it out. He'll find a way to perform in that role. It doesn't work that way. We've seen it with so many players over the years, and when you are going out, when you're spending big money on a transfer fee, big money as well on wages, you must have a plan. And that's what I really want Barca to focus on right now. Don't just bring him in because of the name. Make sure you find a place where he can be the player that we know that he is. And I would like to know here, guys, how much you would look to pay for Joshua Kimmich this summer. How much would you be willing to spend on him in order to make the deal happen? And then if you could get him in, where would you like to see him operate there? Would it be as a double pivot? Would you play him alongside Frankie de Jong? Do you feel as though those two could complement each other? Or are they too similar, though? Or could it even be in a right-back kind of role, in a different kind of role there at right-back, maybe transforming the system at Barca? Do let me know. All of those thoughts down below. We're going to be talking lots more about this, I am sure, over the next few weeks. And please let me know as well your prediction ahead of Barca versus Girona on Saturday. I will see you soon with lots more coming up on the channel. Thank you indeed for your great support. But until next time, yeah, as always, Visca, yeah, Barca.